Hello, Miss Steele here. So this week we're talking about abstract art, and for this project we're going to recreate a Kandinsky, which was an abstract artist, while Lisi Kandinsky was. So abstract art just uses a lot of shape and line. It is non-objective, meaning that it doesn't want to look like anything. It just wants to be shapes, lines, and colors. So for this project you are going to want a piece of paper. I have a bigger piece of paper so I can fit more in. A pencil and an eraser. You want something to outline with, so I have two different black markers. I have a little bit of a thicker one and a little bit of a thinner one, just so whenever I'm outlining I can change my line weight, which is how thick or thin a line is. I think using these two different ones will make it more visually interesting to look at. You want something to color in with. You can use whatever you have, but I'm going to try out chalk pastels today. So if you have those, feel free to use those. Or oil pastels or colored pencils or whatever you have. And then I have this sheet, which has a bunch of different Kandinsky shapes that I drew that you can use as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pick 6 from each of these and make them kind of different sizes as well. And you can have them overlapping as well. So they don't have to be like all separate. You kind of want them interacting with each other and overlapping. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start with these 3 circles that go from smaller to bigger like that. I really like this grid and I think I'm going to add it right over here. And I want to add in 6 geometric, 6 organic, and then 6 just simple line designs. So I guess they're not simple. I have some eraser shavings behind here. I like this one a lot, so I think I'm going to add that one, kind of going right here, going upside down. Like that. And these are all 3 kind of big, so I think for my smaller ones, I'm going to try to make them a little bit smaller. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to draw a square right on the edge of this. So 5. And then for my 6, I think I'm going to use another one of these half circle shapes. So you can use the same shapes again, like that. So now I'm going to come over to my organic shapes, and I'm going to start using these. I really like this kind of, these 2 sort of line that are like weird sort of organic shapes. So I have 2. Really like this drippy one. 3. 4. All this room over here that I'm not using. 5. And maybe over here I can add something else in. 6. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for the gold, and I'm going to add in 7. Like that. So I have this started. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out 6 of these lines to add all over the place. So there's 1. 2. And if you want to change it up just a little bit, you can always do that as well. 3. And I'm trying to fill up all of my space. 4. 5. I'm going to add in a few more lines. this. So now I have all of these crazy shapes going every which direction. I used a pencil first, just so I can make for sure it looks the way I want it to look. I'm going to pop in a few more shapes just in areas that I feel like need it. Like that. So now I have all of these lines and shapes all over. I used at least 6 from each, and I did them in different sizes. Now that I have shapes that I like and I like where they're placed, I'm going to begin the outlining process, which, like I said, I like to use a little bit of a thicker marker and then a little bit of a thinner marker, just because I like having some thick lines, some thinner lines, so it's easier to have them both by you and ready to go. So I'm going to keep outlining this, and then I will go back and erase any pencil lines that are hanging out that I need to get rid of, and then we're going to get this colored in. So I'm going to keep outlining and then erase my pencil lines, and we're going to move on to our next step, which is getting this all colored in. So beautiful. Alright, so I have it all outlined. You can see I have some thicker lines and some thinner lines. That's why I use like the 2 different sizes, just because I think it ends up looking really interesting. And now I'm going to use my chalk pastels to start adding in some color kind of throughout. Like that. So I'm going to, you can use whatever you have. I'm just trying out chalk pastels for this one to get this colored in. I'm going to try to change the color that I'm using whenever I hit a line, because I don't want everything to be the same color. And with chalk pastels, I can go back and kind of rub this in so it's a little more colorful like that. So I'm going to keep coloring, and we're going to look at this once I have it all colored in, which looks like it will take some time to get this all colored in. That's okay. Sometimes good art takes time. So I'm going to keep coloring this, and then we're going to look at it once it's all finished. And adding that outline really helps so you can see all your lines that you created first. Because if we didn't outline whenever we were coloring in, we would lose all that pretty, you know, line work that we did. It would get covered up by whatever we're drawing with. So going over those pencil lines help them stand out a lot more. And I'm going to keep coloring this in, and we're going to look at it once it's all finished. So I'm in the middle of coloring mine in, and I thought I would just check in and just kind of show you how it's going. I started out with a lot of lighter colors, and then I think I'm going to go in with my darker colors. I know I started with blue, but I'm going to try to use all my lighter colors first, and then I'm going to go in with my darker colors. So I'm going to keep going, and then we're going to look at it once it's all finished. Alright, so I got done coloring in. Like I said, whenever I hit a new line, I tried to change the color I was using. And this is mine, all finished up, colored in, my Kandinsky inspired. You can see I have lines going every sort of way, shapes, all of that fun stuff. I can't wait to see how yours come out. This is a really fun sort of experimental project because it doesn't really have to look like anything. So it's kind of up to you where you place stuff and how you overlap it and what colors you use and all of that fun stuff. I can't wait to see how yours comes out, and I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon. Bye.